Hello everyone, welcome once again to Learn Mathematics. This is Rekha Chawla, your maths teacher. Students, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel and keep learning mathematics through my YouTube videos.
So we were doing chapter number 7, permutations and combinations, in which we have already learned and discussed the concept of factorial notation and what is the meaning of permutation, what is fundamental principle of counting. Now going forward, today we are going to discuss permutations when all the objects are not distinct objects.
And then we'll discuss few questions based on this concept. Now permutations with repetition. The number of arrangements of n dissimilar things taken r at a time can be n raised to the power r. Suppose r places are to be filled up with n objects. The first place can be filled in n ways. Definitely we have all the numbers available for that because any one of the n objects can be put there. When the first place is occupied, then how many objects are available for second place? Definitely again n, because repetition is allowed. So we can say the first two places can be filled in n into n ways, that is n square. Similarly, the first three places can be filled up in n cube ways, and proceeding in this way, we can say the number of ways of filling up our places is n raised to the power r.
Now permutations when all the objects are not different objects, right? So the number of arrangements of n things taken all at a time when p things are alike, q things are alike and r things are alike. So the formula will be this: factorial n upon factorial p into factorial q into factorial r. Let's understand with the help of one example in how many ways can 6 apples be distributed among 3 boys. Let's say, students, we have 3 boys and we have to distribute 6 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There being no restriction to the number of apples each boy may get. So let's take the first apple. We can give it to first child, we can give it to second child, or else we have choice of third child. So how many choices we have? 3. Same 3 choices we have with second apple, then with third, then with fourth, then with 5, then with 6. So every time we have 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. How many times? 6 times. So we can say 3 raised to the power 6. That's what we discussed on the last slide, n raised to the power r. Second example, in how many different ways can the letter of word Kurukshetra be arranged? Here, how many total letters? 11. Out of which 2 Ks, 2 Us and 2 Rs. Remaining all are different. So the total number of permutations will be factorial n upon factorial p into factorial q into factorial r. And the total number of permutations are these. Now let's discuss few questions of 7.3 to make the concept more clear. How many 3-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits from 1 to 9 if no digit is repeated? How many total digits we have? 9. And how many we have to take at a time? We have to take 3 at a time, 3-digit numbers. So total numbers will be 9p3, and we know the formula of permutation, factorial n upon factorial n minus r. Factorial 9 can be written as 9 into 8 into 7 into factorial 6, and then this cancelled, and the answer is 504. How many 3-digit even numbers can be made by using these digits? How many total digits we have? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. If no digit is repeated. First of all, we have to form 3-digit numbers, and we have to form 3-digit even numbers, right? So for the unit place, how many choices we have, students? We have 3 choices here. 2, 4 or 6. Any of these number only can come here at the unit place, right? So we are left with 2 places that we have to fill, and definitely one number we must have taken here. Total were 6 numbers, so how many we are left with? 5. For filling these 2 places, what is n here? Now n is 5. And how many places we have to fill? We have to fill 2 places. So the permutations will be 5p to 20, right? Now what we have to do, we have to, let's say, students, here we have taken 2 and then we discussed about these permutations. So what if we have taken 4? What if we have taken 6? So definitely every time we will have 20 permutations. So 20 into 3 is equal to 60. Now question number 4. Find the number of 4-digit numbers that can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many total digits now? 5. If no digit is repeated, we have to form a 4-digit number, right? So how many total digits numbers we have? 5. And how many we have to take at a time? 4. So 5p4 means 120. Now again we have to tell how many of these will be even. So even numbers are only possible when the unit place is filled with 2 or 4, right? So how many choices are here? 2, right? So now we have to fill these 3 places, and for these 3 places what is n? N is 4 now, because one number we must have taken here at unit place. Now we are left with 4 numbers, and out of 4 how many we have to take at a time? 3. So 4p3. So the total number of ways of filling the remaining places is 24. And now we talked about the case where we must have taken any one of these numbers. Let's say we have taken 2. So the same number of ways we will have when we'll take 4 at the unit place. So it means into 2. It means 48 total ways. Question number 6, here we have to solve this. We have to find the value of n, where n minus 1 p3 is to n p4 is equal to 1 is to 9. So the formula of factorial n pr is factorial n upon n minus r factorial. So here n is n minus 1 and r is 3. Here n is n and r is 4. So apply that formula, open it. Now take its reciprocal. This will be cancelled. Factorial n can be opened like n into n minus 1 factorial, because every time we keep on decreasing 1, we keep on subtracting 1. This is also cancelled and n is equal to 9. 7th question, 5pr is equal to twice of 6p r minus 1. Now here let's open by using the formula only. Factorial 5 upon 5 minus r factorial is equal to twice of 6 factorial upon 6 minus, it will be 6 minus r minus 1. So when we'll open the bracket, it will be 6 minus r plus 1 factorial, which is 7 minus r factorial. Now we just have to simplify. 6 factorial can be written as 6 into 5 factorial, so that we cancel out these two terms. 5 minus r factorial as it is on the left side, and 7 minus r factorial we can open it. We keep on subtracting 1. So 7 minus r into 6 minus r into 5 minus r factorial, so that we cancel out these two terms as well. It is equal to 1, and this thing cross multiply, make a quadratic equation, middle term split, and find the values of r. We are getting r as 3 and 10. But do you know r10 is not possible, because how this thing will be possible that we have 5 total objects and we are arranging 10 out of that? This is not possible. So it means r is 3. Second part, exactly same students, I'm not going to discuss. I would suggest you to please do yourself. If you face any problem, then only please pause the video and look at the steps. Question number 9, how many words with or without meaning can be made from the letters of the word Monday, assuming that no letter is repeated? For first part, 4 letters are used at a time. So in Monday, how many total letters we have? 6. N is 6, and how many we have to take at a time? 4. So NPR 6P4 and calculate and answer. Very simple question. All letters are used at a time. It means 6P6, right? And third is all letters are used, but first letter is a vowel. Now third part we are going to discuss. Second is very simple. It is given that there are 2 different vowels in this given word, because the word is Monday, right? So out of these O and A, these 2 are vowels which have to occupy the rightmost place of the words formed. This can be done only in 2 ways. Since the letters cannot be repeated and the rightmost place is already occupied with a letter which is a vowel. So how many places are left with us? 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we can have either A or O, right? So now how many places we have? Students, 5. 5 places can be filled in simple words. It can be filled in 5 factorial ways, right? So 5 factorial into 2. Why 2? Because first time all these places, all these words will be formed with A at the last place, and next time all these combination, all these words will be formed when we have O at the last place. So that's why we are doing into 2. So 240 total words. Now in how many of the distinct permutations of the letter in Mississippi do the 4 I's not come together? This is important question. In the given word Mississippi, I appears 4 times. 4 times we have S, 2 times we have P, and M appears just once, right? So how many total letters? Total letters are 11, right? I we have 4, S we have 4, P we have 2 times, and M we have 1 time. So 11 factorial upon the numbers or the letters of same type, factorial 4 into factorial 4 into factorial 2. Solve it. These are the total arrangements, permutations. Now there are 4 I's in the given word. 4 I's in the given word. When they occur together, they are treated as a single object. Let's take 4 I's and lock them in a box and consider it as one single object. So total letters were 11, and now we are going to arrange these letters, but we will consider all 4 I's as one object. If all these 4 I's will be one object, so how many total objects now we have? 7 plus 1, 8, right? How many total letters were there? 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now let's say here 4 I's. We are considering these 4 I's as one object. So how many total objects we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because all those 4 I's have to come together. We are talking about this thing first of all, right? So there are total 8 objects. So these 8 objects in which S is coming 4 times, P is coming 2 times, can be arranged in factorial 8 upon factorial 4 into factorial 2. It means 840 ways. So 840 ways in 840 words, these all 4 I's will come together. But what we have to talk about? We have to talk about that all 4 I's do not come together. So it means total minus when they will come together. So these are the total number of different permutations of the letters in Mississippi in which 4 I's do not come together. Question number 11. Now the word is given as permutations. We have to arrange if the word start with P and ends with S. How many total letters are there? First of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total letters are there, right? And here T is coming 2 times and other letters appears only once. Okay, so if P and S are fixed, right, total letters are 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now they are saying words start with P and end with S. So 2 places are already occupied. We are left with 10 places. We have to do the arrangement of these 10 places. So this can be arranged in factorial 10 upon how many of same kind? Only T, which is coming 2 times. So factorial 10 upon factorial 2. Second, they are saying vowels are all together. So there are 5 vowels in this given word, each appearing only once, right? They are saying all the vowels will come together. Same case as we discussed on the last slide about I's. All the I's will come together. Now there are 5 vowels and they all 5 vowels will come together. So let's keep them together, A, E, I, O, U, and consider it as one object. So how many total objects now we have? 8, right? Because out of 12, 5 we are considering these 5 letters as one object and remaining 7. 7 plus 1, 8. And out of these 8, only 2 are same. T is coming 2 times. So factorial 8 upon factorial 2, and we can solve it. Now, there is one more thing that we have to do. These A, E, I, O, U will be arranged factorial 5 times. We are saying all the vowels are together. Together does not mean they will come only in this sequence A, E, I, O, U. We may have E, I, A, O, U. We may have U, O, I, E, A. Anyway, so these 5 letters can be arranged in factorial 5 ways. So we have to multiply with factorial 5 as well. We did not do this thing in the last question because they all were I's only, right? So there was no point of doing 4 factorial here because they were all same. But here all the letters are, 5 letters are different. So they will arrange themselves within the box also. Now the third part is there are always 4 letters between P and S. So the letters have to be arranged in such a way that there are always 4 letters between P and S. So therefore, in a way, the places of P and S are fixed. Some wherever P and wherever S are, but at least they are fixed. Remaining letters are 10, and out of these 10 letters, T is coming 2 times, which is repeating. So factorial 10 upon factorial 2. Now the letters which will come here between P and S, definitely these letters will arrange themselves in 4 factorial ways. So into 4 factorial as well. Let's not take 4 factorial because there is one more reason here. See, understand students, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, 12 letters. Now, they are saying as per the condition, there are always 4 letters between P and S. So let's say P is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and S is here. Right, now next possibility can be P is here and S is here. Then also we have 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 letters in between. Now next number can be P is here, S is here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 letters in between. So this way, how many possibilities we can have? We can have, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 possibilities, right? But they have just said the 4 letters between P and S. They did not say that P will come first and S will come after that. So there may be a possibility that S is here and P is here. Right, so 7 possibilities of these types as well. Right, so it means double. 7 into 2, 14. So 14 possibilities, 14 ways are there. So by multiplication principle, the required number of arrangements in this case, factorial 10 upon factorial 2 into 14, and these many ways are there. So students, now please try remaining questions of 7.3 yourself, and don't forget to post your name, class, section, roll number in the comment box. Thank you very much.